Hello, everybody. Today, my topic is views on INTP Type 9. Um, as I mentioned earlier, INTP for me personally, I think they can be Type 9 or Type 3. Uh, when I interact with INTP, I realize that I tend to exhort as much as possible on different system, on how they make things work, the whole system. It just happened very naturally for me, but for them, it's more onto it the process. Because the close relationship I had with INTP and leading them, and when they ask me questions, and uh, I start to realize the small pieces of every steps, and from there I learn to explain to them. It's very amazing to see that without any pieces, and like am able to tell as a whole whether the thing is gonna work or not. So that's something, yes, and INTJ myself is very different from INTP. INTP, uh, for me, I think my personal experiences and what I see is that they are very good in understanding the missing pieces because they are as if like absorbing all the pieces of all processes. It's a it's really amazing to see that because sometimes when I don't have ideas, I talk to them, and sometimes I have some ideas. Um, they may have some new informations. It depends on they themselves, and they 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 will tell you a lot of different process. You realize that everything is about process. Um, so to help me to see the missing pieces where they and troubleshoot the problems sometimes. Um, the thing is that when I realize when I work with INTPs that when you talk about something, uh, like the other day I had a friend who I asked him, "Do you have a printer? Can you bring over to help me? I wanted to print it because I am not at my home." And he sort of saying that let me find, and he just ended a call. It sounds like it's not the first time when they sense that they need to do something instead of waiting or instead of discussing what are the things that need to be done or what are the things that we need to come to an agreement. I found that INTP type 9 generally they tend to act first. So especially when the action is about them. When you say one thing, they will want to do it now. That kind of feeling. It's either they don't do it at all or they do it now. They are very quick in responding, but when they don't want to do, they just like overly lay back, not doing anything. That's really something that I realize all most of the INTP type 9 the problem that they encounter actually the problem that I face when I be with them. Sometimes it's hard to discuss with them because they do not realize the problem and they feel irritated of discussion. They feel like why need to discuss so much. The things that really amaze me is that even though all of us are anti, but we see or act things very differently. Um, for them, it's like you do not need a lot of discussion, or you even don't need any discussion. They will just act on it. So the organization part is not so good unless it is their job, they get used to it, like know what to do in a very sophisticated way. They always do it really, really, really well. I really like INTP when at work. They normally did very well if they want to do it. If they don't want to do it, no one can force them, and you have to keep on reminding them. This is something that um, I face when I be with INTP type 9. And one other thing is that they love to be influenced by people, even though I have friends that told me that, INTP friend told me that feelers easily being influenced by others. But for me, I see that they are easily influenced by people. They always follow the crowd. Um, Sometimes they don't, but most of the time they try to follow the crowds, especially the people that close to them, or they just don't want to stand out. That's why they cannot really lead. Can handle really well, but it's really different. So um, if you communicate their role sometimes and lead by examples, yes, they can do the job, but they still want to follow the crowd. That's what I realize. Um, and one thing I realized that they know how people feel better than me. Uh, Not all the time, but they will give some different information. Depends on the INTP, like how much effort they have put in to that idea. So recap. So today's I talk about the views on INTP. For me, I think they love to process information in step-by-step ways in all the steps, absorbing really well. It depends on whether the information they are interested or not. The conflict with them, maybe they act first before really organizing it because they see things one or two steps ahead instead of like the whole process is different from J. There are good and bad side. It's just preference, individual preferences. Uh, they like to follow the crowd. They normally always follow the crowd. Like what people say, they will just do it, easily influenced. They don't like to stick out. It's hard for them to lead a project for type 9 because normally they don't really want to lead. They are really good follower if you constantly check on the process. Normally they do it well because they are process oriented. Um, if they really want to get something done, they are really good in it normally. So, and also one more thing is that uh, they have more information on how others feel because they mix around with people more compared to an INTJ like me. Okay, that's it for today. Like this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.